need this change, I need that change. And I found that really interesting because I'm like a process guy. And I found that very fascinating because I don't think I've seen like a lot of other restaurants that follow that thing.
Yeah. So at scale, you have to sort of start building some sort of hierarchy. So, we have this broadly, there's two big teams that we have. One is kitchen, because we're a very kitchen forward company, because food is at the heart of everything that we do. So I think that's like 75% of our focus. And the other big broad bucket is operations. Operations is everything. It includes kitchen operations, also includes service operations, also includes that little briefing that you saw at 11 p.m. That's also part of the thing. You have to do a closing end of day briefing with the team. So that's also part of the SOP. So there's kitchen and operations. In the kitchen now, obviously we have when you start at like 1, 2, 3 outlet level, you just have your head chef, you have the co-founders, and then you have your general manager, and you have your head of operations, and then you're good. You can manage 5 outlets like this with nobody else. And then each outlet has its own supervisor managers, and you're good. 4, 5 outlets, you don't need any more than that. As you start building to 30, 31 locations and beyond, you need these 2 buckets to have like sub leaders. So in the kitchen side, we have what we call zonal heads, zone chefs. So zone chefs, each zone chef manages like a cluster of outlets. So 3 or 4 outlets, depending on what his split is and what his capability is. Can he manage 3 outlets? Can he manage 2 outlets? Should we give him maybe a small cloud kitchen because he's still new? We have 3 or 4 of those, 4 or 5 of those zone chefs. And then on the operations side, we have operations head. We have senior operations heads, and we also have a junior operations head. So these guys each take care of a bunch of outlets, and everything kind of leads up to the top, to the head of operations and the general manager, and then the co-founders. So we make sure that all these people come to the office once a week, where we have a collective meeting, and we kind of go into 1 or 2 of their outlets in depth and make sure that they know what they're talking about, just so we know we have the right guys leading them.
And is that the reason, again, you've paired all, whether it's Paris Panini, Pizza Bakery, and Smash Guys, you've paired them together? Because like, do you follow, I mean, is it like the same like supervising team for all three places?
Yeah, same. So even if you look at the uniforms of all these zonal heads, right, that's a senior kitchen team, or whether it's the operations team, you will see Popo Ventures. So they are not, earlier we used to have brands where they felt like, if it's identity thing also. You can't, a guy with a Pizza Bakery uniform, how much of you tell him, you're also responsible for Paris Panini, he doesn't get it. So he's always standing at pizza. So we got rid of that. We changed the uniform. You are Popo Ventures. Tomorrow we might do a Idli Vada brand. Like that'll also be your anything. You work for Popo Ventures, and every brand that comes within this umbrella will be your problem. So yes, obviously having them geographically close, Pizza Bakery, Paris Panini as neighbors really helps, because operationally, even at the outlet level, that outlet manager, forget the zonal guy, the outlet manager himself can double up as a manager for both. So we also split costs that way, right? You don't need to hire 2 senior guys.
The real estate too, right? Could be
the real estate too, in terms of like the back kitchen. No, it's for the customer area. We'll anyway need more space, because Paris Panini has its own independent identity. It's not like you can sit in Pizza Bakery and order Paris Panini, right? It's a separate thing. You cannot do that. At the back, our cold storage, our kitchen, our dry store, we keep all our packaging. Our staff cafeteria is all common. So that helps. So there's one staff cook making food for everybody instead of having. So similarly, wherever we can plug the Smash Guys in close to this for operational reasons, it'll really help. Not everywhere will be able to do that because of restrictions of space. But wherever we can, we want to try and do that.
I think the last question to conclude the podcast with, the last, I think, 2 years, ever since OpenAI has come into ever since OpenAI released GPT, there's been like tech being leveraged into everything. And you mentioned in the beginning that your first business was a tech business.
Yeah.
What kind of technology are you currently like introducing in Popo Ventures, and what kind of tech are you hoping to introduce to make this process like a lot more streamlined?
Yeah. So we've been using a lot of technology. A lot of our internal reports and stuff that we track and stuff, like Google Drive is like the nucleus of our company. If Google Drive goes, like if the server goes into flames, like we don't have a company. Like it's like everything is there. Every report, every thing that we go through routinely on those weekly meetings, everything that we track is on Google Drive. Whether it's our sales, whether it's our various SOPs that are documented, have to be passed on to every new hire. It's all on Google Drive, either in sheet form or in doc form. That's number 1. Number 2, we use softwares for the team's efficiency. So for example, all these zone guys, outlet heads, supervisors, etc., do checklists on a software called PeakScale. So PeakScale is a daily opening. It's a digital, it's an app So if I'm opening, say, Pizza Bakery Church Street, I have to do an opening checklist that's digitized. Earlier, it used to be like tick, 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 tick. He can just tick it and do nothing also, right? But today, he has to send live photos. So he can't just upload photo from his camera roll of some old photos he's taken. He still ensures that he makes sure that the blinds are cleaned before opening. He has to take a photo of clean blinds that day, a live photo. So we have a lot of checklists on big scale. All our checklists are digitized. We have a task management software for delegation because I will tell so many people, right? Like sometimes I might deal with a supervisor directly and be like, this the plumbing in the toilet is not correct. There's some kind of off smell and there's a bit of leakage from the tap. Please put this on your list. So he will raise a maintenance link. We have like a link where you can raise a maintenance query. That query will automatically go sit in an app called Todoist. And our maintenance head will see this task come up on Todoist saying the toilet in Pizza Bakery Sanjay Nagar has some leakage with a photo. So then he kind of follow up tasks on that. And then we track all of this, like the aging of different tasks. If some task has been there for 45 days and someone's not acted on it, we get alerted. So Todoist, Peak Scale, Google Drive. For our HR, we use a software called Great HR. We do a lot of the payroll and stuff through that. For our inventory management, this is like the biggest thing, right? Inventory management at our central store, central kitchen. We use Eagle Owl. Okay. That's another SaaS software that we use. It helps us manage all our inventory.
Do you think this is the reason you've been able to maintain quality consistency, not just in the food, but like in the entire customer experience throughout all these locations?
Yeah, absolutely. I think because Nikhil and I are relatively comfortable with technology, we're able to kind of simplify it and transfer it to people lower down the chain because not everyone in the restaurant industry is super tech savvy. So we have to, dumb it down for them, make it very simple. So when it comes to things like AI and stuff, apart from our marketing team, we're not only using AI.